This is why you need to stay far away from the hunting room. It's more than just an old mansion with dusty walls and creaky floors. It's a trap that has ensnared many unsuspecting souls over the years. The stories about this place are not just urban legends, they are warnings passed down through generations to keep people safe. The old mansion was creepy enough, with its cracked windows and musty air, but the tales of the hunting room, they were something else entirely. People spoke of it in hushed tones, as if saying its name too loudly would summon the horrors within. The room was said to be cursed, a place where the line between the living and the dead blurred. I thought they were just to keep people out. I was a skeptic, someone who didn't believe in ghosts or curses. I thought the stories were just a way to scare off trespassers. But curiosity got the better of me, and I decided to see for myself what all the fuss was about. I pushed the door open and it creaked, echoing through the hall. The sound was almost deafening in the silence of the night. It felt like the house was alive, groaning in protest at my intrusion. Moonlight filtered through, casting shadows that danced on the walls. The light seemed to take on a life of its own, creating eerie shapes that moved and shifted as if they were watching me. Deer, bears, wolves, all their eyes seemed to follow me as I stepped in. The taxidermy animals were so lifelike, it was as if they were waiting for something or someone. Their glassy eyes seemed to hold a secret, one that I was about to uncover. The air grew thick and heavy, almost like it was alive. It felt like I was wading through a dense fog, each step becoming more difficult than the last. The atmosphere was suffocating, pressing down on me from all sides. That's when I saw it. A figure barely visible in the dim light, standing in the corner of the room. My heart skipped a beat as I tried to make sense of what I was seeing. In the center of the room, a single chair faced a massive, empty frame. It was an odd sight, almost as if the chair was waiting for someone to sit in it and gaze into the void. It was strange. Why hang an empty frame in a room like this? It felt like a puzzle, a piece of a larger mystery that I was determined to solve. The frame seemed to hold a significance that I couldn't quite grasp. I was about to leave when a low growl echoed. I froze. The sound was guttural, almost animalistic, and it sent a chill down my spine. It was a warning, a sign that I was not alone. It wasn't coming from the mounted heads. The growl seemed to emanate from the very walls of the room, as if the house itself was alive and angry at my presence. Slowly, I turned toward the frame. My heart pounded in my chest as I tried to steady my breathing. The room seemed to close in around me, the walls pressing in as I focused on the empty frame. Inside it, a shadow shifted, slow at first, then faster. A figure emerged. It was like watching a nightmare come to life, the shadow taking on a more defined shape with each passing second. A man, dressed in hunter's gear, eyes locked on me. His presence was overwhelming, a dark force that seemed to suck the air out of the room. His eyes were cold and calculating, like a predator sizing up its prey. His lips curled into a twisted grin, and suddenly he stepped forward, out of the frame, into the room. My heart pounded. The door slammed shut. I was trapped with no way out and no one to help me. He took slow, deliberate steps, the animal heads watching in eerie silence. It was as if the entire room was holding its breath, waiting for the inevitable. His eyes gleamed with a hunger I had never seen before. It was a look of pure malice, a desire to inflict pain and suffering. I felt a wave of terror wash over me as I realized the true nature of the hunting room. Before I could scream, he whispered, "Welcome to the hunt." His voice was cold and menacing, sending shivers down my spine. It was a declaration, a promise of what was to come. The last thing I heard was the snap of his trap. Then everything went black. The darkness was absolute, swallowing me whole. I felt a sense of despair, knowing that I had fallen into the trap of the hunting room. Remember, the hunting room doesn't collect animals anymore. It collects souls. The room is a predator, always hungry, always waiting for its next victim. It lures people in with its eerie charm, only to trap them forever. The stories are true and the warnings are real. Stay away from the hunting room, or you might find yourself becoming its next prey. Over the years, many have gone missing, their disappearances shrouded in mystery. Old newspaper clippings tell tales of those who ventured into the mansion, never to return. The locals speak of the house in whispers, their eyes filled with fear and sorrow. Some brave souls have tried to uncover the secrets of the hunting room, armed with nothing but a flickering candle and a sense of determination. They believe that understanding the room's history might break its curse, but none have succeeded. Legends say that the room was created by a hunter who dabbled in dark magic, using ancient rituals to bind the spirits of his prey. An old book, filled with mysterious symbols and incantations, is said to hold the key to the room's power. Those who have read the book describe feeling a cold breeze, as if a ghostly presence was watching them. The air grows colder and the sense of dread becomes almost unbearable. It's as if the room knows they are trying to uncover its secrets and fights back with all its might. Some have discovered hidden doors and secret passages within the mansion, leading to rooms filled with strange artifacts and eerie relics. These hidden spaces seem to be part of the room's dark history, each one holding a piece of the puzzle. Old photographs found in the mansion show glimpses of its past, haunted memories frozen in time. Faces of people long gone, their eyes filled with fear and despair as if they knew their fate was sealed. Whispers can be heard in the dark, ghostly voices that seem to come from nowhere. They speak of the hunter and his dark deeds, of the souls trapped within the room, forever bound to its cursed walls. The feeling of being watched is constant, a presence that lingers just out of sight. It's as if the room itself is alive, aware of every move you make. Turning around, you might catch a glimpse of a shadow, a fleeting figure that disappears as quickly as it appeared. Desperation sets in as you try to escape, running through dark hallways that seem to stretch on forever. The sense of dread grows with each step, the realization that you might never find your way out, becoming more and more real. For those lucky enough to find an exit, the relief is overwhelming. The light at the end of the tunnel feels like a beacon of hope, a promise of safety. But the memories of the hunting room linger, a haunting reminder of the terror they faced. Looking back at the mansion from a distance, the sense of unease never truly leaves. The house stands as a silent sentinel, its dark secrets hidden within its walls. The hunting room remains, waiting for its next victim, a place where the line between the living and the dead is forever blurred. Remember, the hunting room doesn't collect animals anymore. It collects souls. The room is a predator, always hungry, always waiting for its next victim. It lures people in with its eerie charm, only to trap them forever. The stories are true and the warnings are real. Stay away from the hunting room or you might find yourself becoming its next prey.